Good morning and a warm welcome, Sage here for Kalkine TV, reporting to you live from Sydney, and you are watching the Global Markets Roundup. Let's dive into some of the key highlights and happenings from Friday. And starting with the US market, the benchmark US stock indices closed the week flat on Friday, October the 8th, after weak employment data and inflation concerns lowered investors' confidence. The S&P 500 was down 0.19% and the Dow Jones fell 0.03%. While the Nasdaq Composite fell 0.51%, and the small cap Russell 2000 was down as well 0.76%. On Friday, the Labor Department said that the US economy added 194,000 jobs in September, lower than the economists' forecast of 250,000 to 500,000 jobs. The department also has revised its August figures to 366,000. In addition, the data showed the unemployment rate declined to 4.8%, the lowest in the last 18 months. This week, oil prices had reached multi-year highs, forcing the government to consider releasing crude from its strategic reserves as they heightened inflation pressures. Energy and financial stocks led the gains on the S&P 500 index on Friday, and 7 of the 11 stock segments stayed in the red. Real estate and basic material stocks were the bottom movers. And moving on now to the futures and commodities market. Gold futures were down 0.14% and silver decreased by 0.07%, while copper rose 0.77%. And the Brent oil futures increased by 0.67% and WTI crude was up 1.56%. Let's take a look over the bond market now, and the 30-year Treasury bond yields were up 1.35%, while the 10-year bond yields rose 2.37%. And the US dollar futures index decreased by 0.11%. And now we've reached the time for a short break. Do stay tuned. I'll be back with the UK and Australian market updates.
Tune in to stay updated while on the move.
We will tell you where the crypto craze has reached,
Where the property market is headed next.
what the world is doing to become more environmentally friendly.
Apart from tracking the daily market charter.
Be on top of the latest news and announcements
With Kalkine TV.
Welcome back. I'm Sage and you're watching the Global Markets Roundup show by Kalkine TV. And the London markets traded in the green zone after a surge in the oil price. And moreover, the Brent crude was trading at $83 US 35 cents per barrel, slightly lower than the 3-year high of $83 US dollars 47 cents per barrel. And TUIAG shares plunged by about 15.22% on the first day of a discounted rights issue. The company planned to raise $1.3 billion US dollars through issuance to reduce its debt. Weir Group shares dropped as well by around 2.73% after the company issued a profit warning that the profitability could have an adverse impact of about £40 million due to the recent cyber attack. Royal Mail had bought Canadian logistics company Midnight Sun Transportation for Canadian $360 million, and furthermore the shares went down by around 0.70%. The Australian share market may start the week on a subdued note following a weekend by Wall Street last week, and on Friday the ASX 200 rose 0.9% in the previous session. Meanwhile, the iron ore prices inched higher on Friday night, as the benchmark iron ore price surged 5.4%, reaching $123 US dollars 38 cents a tonne. And thank you for joining us in that report. That is all for now. Do keep watching Kalkine TV for more market updates, and this is Sage signing off.